Hello, friends. Today I will tell you an interesting story. The adventure of Rick and Sam in Olympic National Park. Rick and Sam were two brothers who lived in a small town near Seattle, Washington. Rick, the older brother, was 12 years old, loved hiking, and always carried his trusty compass. Sam, 9 years old, was curious about everything and had a knack for sketching animals. One summer morning, their parents announced a weekend trip to Olympic National Park. The brothers cheered. They had heard stories of the park's towering mountains, lush rainforests, and sparkling beaches. They packed their backpacks with snacks, flashlight, a notebook, and binoculars. Sam even brought his sketchpad. When they arrived at the park, the air smelled of pine and the distant sound of a rushing river filled the air. Their first stop was the Hoh Rainforest, where sunlight streamed through a canopy of moss-covered trees. "Rick, look!" Sam whispered, pointing to a spotted owl perched on a branch. Sam quickly sketched it while Rick checked the map. "If we follow this trail, we'll reach the Hall of Mosses," Rick said, leading the way. The trail twisted through giant trees and soft, green carpets of moss. Sam imagined they were in an enchanted forest. "Do you think elves live here?" he asked. Rick laughed. "Maybe. Let's keep our eyes open." By midday, they reached Hurricane Ridge, where the view took their breath away. Snow-capped peaks stretched as far as they could see. Rick took out his compass. "The ranger said the trail to the meadow starts that way," he said. As they hiked, they found a small stream where deer were drinking. Sam carefully sketched them while Rick scanned the horizon. Suddenly, Rick froze. "Sam, over there," he whispered. A black bear cub was playing near the bushes, its tiny paws swatting at a butterfly. "Wow!" Sam breathed, sketching quickly. They stayed quiet and watched from a safe distance until the cub wandered off. That evening, they camped under a sky filled with stars. "This is the best trip ever," Sam said, looking up at the Milky Way. Rick nodded. "We've seen so much, and tomorrow we get to explore the beach." The next morning, they drove to Ruby Beach. The brothers climbed over driftwood and explored tide pools filled with colorful sea stars, tiny crabs, and anemones. Sam's sketchbook was quickly filling up. By the end of the trip, Rick and Sam were tired but happy. They had explored forests, meadows, and beaches, met wildlife, and made memories they would never forget. As the car drove away from the park, Sam turned to Rick. "Do you think we'll come back next summer?" Rick smiled. "Definitely. There's still so much to see." And with that, the brothers began planning their next great adventure. That's all for today. See you in new stories.